tightening down these stays that go in between the panels. And these keep the panels down. Let me show you what that's like. They look like this. And you're not supposed to tighten them. It's 100 inch-pounds. Just like that. You don't want to break the panel. So let me go do the other side here and get things lined up. Sit down to the rail. Change hands. Hi. There we go. That's it. Let me show you what we got here. So underneath, this is the beam structure, and look at these I-beams. They're built like a tank. And then we have the aluminum rails that the panels are connected to. And here's how you can see how they're connected. I'll show you up on top. And they just got to go all the way down the line. On the ends, they get these, which torque down to keep the edge down as well. So I'm going to do those right now. Get this guy, get you stabilized. There we go. Okay, these are all lined up. I put these in. Show you what I'm doing. So they have a bolt. You see that nut there? It's on a spring, and then I turn it just like that. See? And then it's edgewise, and then it stops. Pretty ingenious system. So then I just have to take this, line it up, and torque it down. Pretty amazing. Somebody was thinking with their design. We've got 3 more to go. And then that panel goes down. Let's go down here. Put you down, see what's going on. Once again, it's this kind of a C with a lip on it. So this mount is made to take a ton of wind. If you think about a solar panel and the wind, especially when you get 16 in a gale force wind, your mounting has to be very, very tough. Otherwise, it's just going to tear your mounts up and you're going to lose your expensive panels. So, and then the foundation piece for that is those big blocks of concrete that this is set in. That keeps everything in the ground so it doesn't move. Okay, next one. Oof. I'm gonna stumble and fall here, folks. All right, let's push you down here a little bit. 2 more to go. Another beautiful evening up here. And by the way, we have clearance on our radiant floor heat. In other words, we got the inspection done for the radiant floor, which is complete. And now we are ready to cover. In other words, ready for concrete, which is going to happen on Friday. Oh, see, sometimes these don't, they get twisted. You have to do it just right. back it out here a little bit. There we go. All right, now let's try it again. There we are. And let's down the line here. Did I bring one more? Nope. You know, when these poles go up in the air, you got to remember that they're going to be 18 feet in the air. So there is a lot of push on that pole. So everything's got to be buttoned down, tightened down, so nothing moves. We don't get a lot of wind here in this protected cove that we're in, which is great. All right, there we are. So let me take you with me, show you what's going on. So here's the mount, and then that's a turnbuckle there, which adjusts the elevation of the panel, and everything is tied down on the edge. No, except for one panel. I got one panel to go. Okay, so here we are. Look down that center. They're all lined up. And then those two panels go in. After we get it raised, we have to come back in and then put these from the top down. It's going to be tricky. Well, welcome back to Almost Home Ranch. There's been a couple days since I gave you an update. We are at the stage where we got approved for covering. We have the radiant floor in. It's kept its pressure, and we've got the spread. Got a couple spread footings here that will have a extra concrete in, because that's where the second story loft is going to sit, right there. And here's another one over here, right here. And then this channel is where there's going to be a wall, so that gets a little bit extra concrete. I doubt that it actually needed it, because it's a wall and it's gonna, this is 5 inches of concrete, so it's just a little extra. Let me have one more, and that's this one over here, for a little bit of extra concrete. So here we are, we're ready. Just got some last minute things to button up here and we're going to pour the day after tomorrow, on Friday. So that's quite exciting. And to be at this point, because it's been a long haul to get to here. Let's see, I better go get my Sawzall and take it back with me. Here we are. Okay, so we have lines here that go towards the various conduits. It's interesting, when they pour, they actually do it in sections. So they'll do it in 10-foot sections, and they'll pour it, and then they'll join it together, and then they'll cut it after that. These guys are really good at what they do. So even though we're pouring the whole slab, and you can see here on the end, we've got, you know, a form here ready to accept that concrete on the end. So we hope to put a slab here someday, which would be really nice, just to finish it out. We also, what else do we do? We put a ton, not literally a ton, but probably, of rock and gravel in this porch here. As you can see, we had to bring it up to grade, and it's almost ready level wise to be poured as well. And these are 12 feet between here and there. I'd like to do a little bit of an overhang, maybe a foot or two, if we could. And we'll just have to see what we can do. I'd be happy with a foot. Oh, they dug it out and they put the extra right there. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, then on the solar panels, let me show you what's going on here. So we are at the stage where we got all but 2 panels in on each array. So we have, this will be 16 panels. There are 14 panels in right now. And I think the way we're going to do this, our charge controller has 2 MPPTs. So we're going to hook up the arrays in such a way where we maximize that charging ability. So this array here, originally we were going to point it more towards the southeast, but I think I'm going to actually point this one due south, right there, due south. Okay, this will be the highest one. These are kind of stair step down, probably by, I would say, 4 feet, thereabouts. This one here is most likely going to point to the southeast. That one's to the south. And then this one here, the third array, is actually going to point to the southwest. That direction right there. So in that way, they won't overlap. And they're going to get a different type of sun. So as the sun tracks from east to west, you can see we have trees here. And we're trying to get the southern one at the highest point to get that sun, that winter sun over there. We'll see how that works. But the other ones, between the 3 different directions, the 3 different vectors, we will be able to get more of a charging cycle throughout the whole day. And we need to really maximize that here. So I'm pretty excited about the solar. And these are massive mounts, just massive. And we're almost ready to put them in the air. We got to do some grounding yet on them. My brother, oh, let me show you what this, he bought this Polaris, and little 250, and it's pretty old, but it's a 2-stroker and it's running nicely. And you know, a few $100, $500-600 is what it was. And this will do nicely for the kids. Oh, and then I got to brag on my neighbor. So my neighbor and I were talking, and he goes, you know, I've got like 5 or 6 cords of wood, and I don't need that much, and I'm worried about the wood going bad. So he said, I'm gonna give you a couple cords of wood. And he said, he asked if that's okay. And I said, well, yeah, how much can I pay you? And he said, nothing. That's part of being a neighbor. So he delivered the first truckload today of split wood. And we're going to add it to our collection here. And isn't that an amazing thing? Wow. That is awesome to have neighbors like that. And I'll try to return the favor. That's what neighbors need to be, is looking out for each other. And so it really makes my heart do well when you know, when we're here to help each other. So here we are with the house. We got 3 sides done. After we get this concrete poured, it'll cure over the weekend, and then Monday they're going to come in and start putting the roof in, I would imagine, is the next thing. And then after the roof will be the sidewall, and then this porch overhang as well. And essentially at that point, we are done with the envelope. And then we get to start on the inside. So what does that mean for the rest of this? Well, as you can see, we're trying to get the solar ready so that we can start lifting it, getting it in place, getting the final panels in. We got the wires which are coming in, which we'll start to put up this dividing wall. My electrical panel goes right there beside the radiant floor, and we will start to start wiring and bringing up the batteries and energizing the solar. We'll have electricity. That's an amazing thing. With electricity, we can activate. Oh, I didn't tell you about that. Look at this. Do you see that blue pipe standing up there? That's our water pipe. That's our inch water pipe. And it's in conduit all the way to our well right there. It's done. I got another conduit for power, another conduit for communications. It's all in. So we're just ready to hook up utilities. So after we get a little bit of temporary electric here, we can fire up the well and have running water. We have a connected sewer. So that's great. Essentially, we have the ingredients for just like we would have in town, because we have sewer, electricity, and water. And soon we'll have communications up here. And we're in the middle of nowhere. We're 6 miles from utility. It's such an amazing thought to actually be at this point. Anyway, friends, that's the update for today. I'm going to pack up and go home. We'll talk to you later.